رمضان 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 يا حبيب رمضان.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to a new episode of Ramadan, the month of change. And I'm focusing on so many of the character traits that we need to change during this month, the month of Ramadan. And in order for us to be successful on the dunya and akhirah, to be good Muslims, we need to focus on how we interact with each other in the right way, deal with each other in the right way. Because religion is really based on interaction. And I always believe that a good Muslim must be first a good human being. If you're not a good human being, very hard for me to see how you can be a good Muslim. كان طلحة ibn عبد الرحمن ibn Auf, one of the best men of Quraysh. Talha, the son of Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf, one of the most generous individuals in Quraysh. Once his wife told him, "Haven't seen anyone worse than your people, your family members." He said, "Why is that?" She said, "I only see them come to you when you're rich and you have money. But when you're poor and you don't have much, you don't have money, they don't show their faces, they never come to you, they don't ask you for anything." And he said, "Actually, that shows how good they are." She said, "How come? They only come to us when we're rich and they leave us when we're poor. How come that's good?" He said, "They actually come to us when they know that we are capable of helping them. But when they know that we can't help them, they don't come to embarrass us." The point of this story, that Talha bin Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf is a person who likes to keep his heart clean. He wants to have pure heart. He doesn't want to poison his heart and mind with negativity and bad thoughts about people. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to his companions once, "Don't tell me about what people are saying and doing. إني أحب أن أخرج سليم الصدر لأصحابي." I like to go out and meet people while I'm free from any pre-notions or thinking negative about them. I like to deal with them with my heart and mind clean and clear. That story of Talha ibn Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf, Al-Imam al-Mawardi rahimahullah made a comment on it. And he said, see how Talha is very positive and he's very smart of trying to keep his heart clean. And he said that's called salamatu sadr, when your heart and your mind is clear. And that bring rest, bring ease to you. And this is ghanima, a reward in the dunya and in the akhirah. One of the reasons for you to go to Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about the people of Jannah, وَنَزَعْنَا مَا فِي صُدُورِهِم مِّنْ غِلٍّ إِخْوَانًا عَلَى سُرُرٍ مُتَقَابِلِينَ. And Allah also said, وَالَّذِينَ جَاءُوا مِن بَعْدِهِمْ يَقُولُونَ رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لَنَا وَلِإِخْوَانِنَا الَّذِينَ سَبَقُونَا بِالْإِيمَانِ رَبَّنَا اغْفِرْ لَنَا وَلِإِخْوَانِنَا الَّذِينَ سَبَقُونَا بِالْإِيمَانِ وَلَا تَجْعَلْ فِي قُلُوبِنَا غِلًّا لِّلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا رَبَّنَا إِنَّكَ رَءُوفٌ رَحِيمٌ. In these two verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that the people of Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made their hearts clear, clean, no envy, no hate in it towards one another. Brothers laying down in chairs facing each other. The believer who come, they say, "Oh Allah, forgive to our brothers who became believers before us. They have nothing in their heart to them. They don't envy them. They have a clear heart and mind towards them. They ask Allah to free their hearts from any kind of negative or bad thoughts or feelings towards others. Ibn Rajab rahimahullah said, one of the best deeds that you free your heart from any of these negative, ill feelings towards others. It's a ni'mah that Allah can give it to the person. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you will not enter Jannah until you became a believers, and you will not become a believers until you love one another. Reported by Imam Muslim rahimahullah. He was asked, Ayyun nasi afdal? Who's the best among people? He said, Kullu makhmum al-qalbi saduq al-lisan. The person makhmum al-qalb, makhmum يعني خممت البيت إذا كنست, it means clean, يعني clean heart. A person whose heart is clean. صدوق اللسان, a person whose tongue is pure. That's when he asked, what's مخموم القلب يا رسول الله? قال التقي النقي لا إثم فيه ولا بغي ولا غل ولا حسد. رواه ابن ماجه. That the person who basically taqi, naqi, pure, there's no evil in it, there's no transgressions, there is no ill feelings, there's no envy inside his heart or her heart. Can you imagine yourself like that? That basically quality is one of the most important quality that should be in every Muslim. Let's have a quick break and come back to know about a man who the Prophet ﷺ said that he belongs to Jannah because he possessed this quality. Stay tuned. I'll see you in a little bit, inshallah ta'ala.
Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan ya Habib, Ramadan, 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 Ramadan ya Habib, Ramadan.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ba'd. We're talking about one of the most important qualities that should be exist in the heart of any Muslim, which is salamatul sadr, that you free yourself from any ill feelings toward others. Clean your heart from envy, from hatred, from any form of transgressions against others. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam once told his companion, a man will approach you now and he is among the people of paradise. So a man from Al-Ansar came, just made wudu, his beard is wet, holding his shoes with his left hand. And the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the same thing next day, and the same man showed up. And the third day, the same thing happened. And the man again showed up. So in Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in the third day when he said that, Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As came to him and said to that man, I had a fight with my father, I have no place to stay, can I spend the night with you? Host me for the, that's the culture to stay 3 nights as a guest. So he said, you're welcome. Abdullah ibn al-As said, I spent 3 nights in his house. I didn't see him making any extra prayers in the night. No fasting, nothing. He just sleeps, wake up for Fajr, go for Fajr prayer, nothing extra. I haven't seen him doing anything bad, but nothing special as well. And after 3 days, I said, that's it, he doesn't do it. I do maybe more than him. Almost I looked down upon the man that doesn't do any much. And he said, Ya Abdullah, I'll tell you the truth, I didn't have any fight with my father or anything like that. And I only heard the Prophet saying this about you 3 days. And the only reason I did what I did, spend these 3 days in your home, because I want to watch you, see what you're doing. And he said, I can't think of anything special that I do. The only thing I can tell you I do, and I think it's means something to me, that every night when I go to bed, I would say to myself, if I have in my heart anything against any Muslims, I will free my heart from it. I'll say, may Allah, if this person did something wrong to me, I'll say, may Allah forgive him. If I envy that person, I say, may Allah increase him in whatever good that he has. Then he said, Wallahi, that's it. That basically heart, that pure heart that you have, would have made you reach what you have reached. And this is something we cannot achieve. Yes, this hadith, some ulama mention it, criticize it by saying it is munqata, the isnad is incomplete, like Ibn Hajar rahimahullah ta'ala, originally this hadith reported by Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, but it's famous narration. And I think the point is true, which is the issue of being salamat, the issue of salamat al-sadr, freeing your heart from any ill feelings toward others, no envy, no hatred towards others. It is one of the things that lead to Jannah. Sufyan ibn Dinar said, I asked Abu Bushayr, قلت لأبي بشير, and he used to be from Ali ibn Abi Talib's friends and companions. I said, tell me why the deeds of the people before us is different than our deeds. They used to do a little, but the reward is so much. He said, because their heart was clear, was pure. That's why the reward was humongous. That's why Imam al-Muhasibi rahimahullah said, there is no road shorter than truthfulness. And there is no guidance better than that, no guide better than knowledge. And there is no provision better than taqwa. And there is no better light for the heart than salamat al-sadr, freeing your heart from all these ill feelings toward others. If you want to live that way, I can share with you some points. Maybe we can work on them to change ourselves when it comes to dealing with others. Number one, don't pick on people. Don't always stop and think and analyze every statement is made by someone about you. Don't ever take things basically do like extra calculation for it. Oh, he intended this, he want that, he meant he was talking about me. You know what? Just let it go. Don't be too picky, especially when it comes to what people are saying about you. Please don't try to basically think of people's statements and action in the worst way. Or you always think about it and you start to think of the worst scenario ever possible and said, oh, that's what he meant. Always seek excuses for people. Have good faith in other people. If you want to make your heart clear, remember that your heart is like a container. If you filled it with envy, if you fill it with hate, frustrations, these ill feelings toward others, there's no space left in your heart to fill it with goodness, to fill it with forgiveness, to fill it with love, to fill it with mercy, compassion, empathy. There is nothing left in your heart to fill it with all these good quality traits. If you want to make your heart always clean and you have nothing against people, start with yourself. Do what you have to do. Don't always think about what they have to do to you. Fulfill your duty towards them. And this is very important, that you always focus on your duties more than focusing on what they have to do. Once I saw Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, and I tried to kiss his hand and he pulled his hand quickly. I said, Shaykh, you allowed that. It's not part of my culture to kiss scholars' hands or, but I just did it for you. Then he said, I know. أنت بتأدي واجبك وأنا بأدي واجبي. You do and you fulfill your duties, which is to respect the scholars, and my duty is to be humble and to pull my hand. Everybody fulfill his part. If we start thinking that way, our heart and our mind will be clear. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us salamat al-sadr, to make us among those with their heart always pure towards others. Every night before you go to sleep, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to purify your heart and say, Allah, I forgive, so forgive me. With this, we'll come to the end of this episode. Sallallahu wasallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ramadan, Ramadan.